Hi guys, in this video I want to tell you about 3 houses. 3 incredible houses that changed everything. What does boho style really mean? It is not what Instagram shows you. 7 years ago, Ash and I learned something about privilege, about access, and what it really costs to live the life of your dream. But here's the thing about these beautiful houses. And this is the part of the boho story that nobody talks about. This is the sustainable fashion part that connects to everything. Because it's not just about what you wear or what you own. It's about access. It's about the rental market, the cost of living, the way the system pushes you out. And within 12 months of us making this home, turned into the garden, creating something so intentional and beautiful, the landlady put it on the market to sell. Because it looked so good. Because we had made it look so good. Let me tell you a little bit about this beautiful house. We chose to put the bed in the middle of the main room. The dining room, the lounge, all of it. One open, expansive space. Because the ceilings were so high, and the windows wrapped around like we were living in a treehouse. It felt like the rock star pad of my dreams. Like I've landed. I've got the man of my dreams. I've got the house of my dreams. What am I doing? Living my best life. She also created this incredible garden for us. We had our own food growing right in there, and chickens that brought us fresh eggs daily. That was us practicing intentional living. There were 2 big rocks out the back, and Ash managed to carve out a little bit more and stick a bath in there for us. And the chickens would sit in there with us in the bath, and we'd be out in the bush. It was incredible. And in this home, I created a yoga and meditation room, a space that was just mine, a sanctuary, something I knew I'd need in every single home I'd ever live in. Because before Ash, I was always independent. And even though we have chosen this open, loving, monogamous, shared life together, I needed that room. That's what boho really feels like to me. It's the freedom to be both deeply connected and not abandoning myself. So how's a girl meant to make a buck? Living on the Hawkesbury River, soon to move to Mullumbimby, when I have done hair and makeup all my life and have always lived in cities. Well, that's easy because I'm creative, I'm resourceful, and honestly, I've done so many things. When Ash and I got together, he had this incredible plant collection. He's a passionate horticulturist / tradie. When we moved in together, we basically emptied his entire collection. We took them to Kirribilli Market and sold them online. Facebook Marketplace, gone, but it worked. I've read tarot, sold crystals. I've even made cheese, cashew brie cheese. 7-week process, and honestly, they were magical. We labelled them, got them in the local IGA. I've made chocolate tarts from avocado, dairy-free chocolates from coconut, or refined sugar-free. Dehydrated citrus with proper labels, and gin with 15 Australian botanicals in it. All of this stuff ended up on the shelves, and this is how I survived. Alongside hair and makeup, which I'll always do. But when you're resourceful and when you're creative, there's always another way to make it work. Every home I have ever lived in has called me in. And this was no exception. Welcome to Mullumbimby. This is the home we lived in for 4 years. A 1-story mansion on an acre of land built in 1976. Anything built after 1980, I just don't like. The moment you walked through those big open doors, you just felt it. The tiles, the archways, the sheer grandeur of this incredible space. I nearly fell over when I first seen it. But there's something else about this place. When Ash and I first arrived, we found Polaroids scattered throughout of the couple that actually used to live here in 1976, and they built the home. Their whole life was captured in these little Polaroids. They'd lived here for decades until we got here, and she ended up getting dementia, and he moved closer to her so he could be with her. And I swear, we felt like they brought us in. Like they wanted us to make this space alive again and bring it back to joy. But it just wasn't the architecture that made it boho. It was what we did in that space. We grew things, we cooked, we drank and laughed and created this life where people just wanted to be here with us. The house invited everybody in. It was the best party house. It really did make magic happen naturally. This was a home. It was a real home. The one that you could feel deep in your bones.
Feel the heat. Moonlight sharp slicing through the fog. Pulse of the beat like a heartbeat jog. Step into the rhythm like a king, it's clear. The city's alive, we own it here. Feel the heat, let it rise in your chest. Bounce to the rhythm, no need for rest. Groove so.
The real estate agent called. The owner wanted to tear down our beautiful home and build a for-profit driven boxes instead. The council said no. But he came through anyway. 2 people walked in. Ash and I welcomed them with love. They walked straight past us like we weren't even there. We looked at each other. We knew those 2 people were taking our home. And they did. We could have found another rental, poured our hearts into it only to be evicted again. Or we could back ourselves. We bought a caravan. We lived on our mate's property on the top of the biggest hill ever. That every time I went to his house, I walked up to that hill. I was secretly manifesting it. We saved every penny and bought our own home. Because that's what boho really means to me. It's not about having the most incredible home. It's about listening to the spaces that call you, to the energy of the people who have came before, and to yourself when it's time to leave. Even when leaving breaks your heart, especially then. It's about trusting that intuition enough to back yourself. And more importantly, to choose your own sovereignty over someone else's vision for your life. So up the hill we go. Hi ho, hi ho. Amazing.
How you doing? Puro pelo again, Mama.
No one around. Pure nature. Morning mist and light breaking through. We were so high in those hills. Nobody around us, just the land, the sky, and this incredible sense of being held by something bigger than ourselves. Every single morning, eagles would pass overhead. 20 black cockatoos would land and nest in the trees around us. The insects were 3 times the size, massive, an ancient feeling. There was this raw, primal intensity that I'd never experienced before in my life. There was nothing soft about it. Nothing. It was just absolutely alive, roaring with life. And I could cry thinking about it now because it was hard. Living in that caravan every single day, it was like camping forever, and generally girls like me can only do 1 or 2 nights. This discomfort never stopped. But underneath all of that, the beauty was so deep, so real, something I needed to experience, even though I didn't know why yet. A girlfriend lent me a book called Gypset Style by Julia Chaplin. And this book, it saved my life. It's about bohemian people living all around the world. Artists, rock stars, writers, seekers of truth, people just like us, finding themselves in incredible places they never expected to be, making sacred homes out of what they had, living in ways that honoured who they really were. I read it over and over again in those 10 months living up there, multiple times, because it told me something I desperately needed to hear. That there was a whole lineage of people who lived like this, who listened to what called them, who chose truth over comfort, who refused to live someone else's vision for their lives. This book made me believe it was going to be okay, that I was meant to live this non-commercial life. I already knew that. That listening to the land, to the eagles, to my own intuition, that was enough, that I wasn't alone in this. I say yeah.
I see yeah.
I say yeah.
I see whoa.
I say whoa.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Ow. Ow.
Ow.
I see yeah.
I say yeah. Everything I do the sustainable fashion, the slow beauty, the tours through the beautiful land, it's all rooted in one simple truth: presence, living intentionally, choosing what matters. And that doesn't change whether we're in a renovated kitchen or sitting by the water catching fish with Ash. This house will evolve, I will evolve, this channel will evolve. And I'll share that journey with you. The real, unfinished, spiritual, creative version of it all. Because the magic isn't in the destination. It's in the intersection of slow living, spiritual awareness, and the courage to keep creating, keep transforming, and keep showing up authentically.